All right, so hopefully you've looked ahead at these because these first, this example 5 is pretty straightforward. If you remember our result from the last video, you know, we can read if we're given a function, we can read the amplitude and the midline right from the function. Okay, so this 3 is the amplitude. So this is a sine function with an amplitude of 3, right? That's our a value. And our midline, we can also just read that right from the equation. The midline is y equals 5. Okay? And we can just read that. That's our k value. This is our a value. A is our amplitude. K is our midline. That's all there is really to it. All right, and if we wanted to sketch it, it'd be pretty easy to sketch. It's just a sine function, right? But it's shifted up by 5, so maybe I should have made my axis a little lower. Oops, gonna make it. I don't know if it'll let me. But we're just shifted up by 5, and we have an amplitude of 3. So I was just gonna maybe erase that. And so I want to go from the midline. I'm going to be going between 8 and 2, right? Because so if my midline is at, say, 5, this is y equals 5. Now it doesn't ask me to sketch it, but I'm just showing you. It's a sine function, and it's going to essentially go up and down like that. It's going to go down to 2, right? Because that's 3 below the midline, and then 3 above the midline would put us at 8. Okay, so if you wanted to sketch it, it would look something like that. Of course, it would keep going. I'm only showing one cycle, but it would just keep going on and on forever. All right, the second part of this example, you sort of have to rewrite this a little bit. It just to get it in the form where we can just read the amplitude and midline right off. So what I'm going to do is just divide everything in the numerator by 5, right? So I get 4/5 minus 3/5 cosine theta, which is the same as minus 3/5 cosine of theta plus 4/5. Okay, so notice we have, in this case, we have a vertical compression going on. We're multiplying by 3/5. It's less than 1, right? So you're going to get a compression going on, but then you also have this negative, which essentially reflects it across the x-axis. All right, so but still the amplitude is the absolute value of that a. So the amplitude is, because our a value is negative 3/5, we just take the absolute value of that. Our amplitude is positive 3/5, or we could write it as 0.6. And our midline, now remember, midline is an equation, right? It's a horizontal line, so it's a y equals 4/5, or you could write it as y equals 0.8. Okay, so it's an equation for a line. So make sure the midline is not just 4/5; it's y equals 4/5. Okay. All right. Well, that takes care of that example, and I'll meet you in the next video.